Hello and welcome to English for Everyone, where we practice real-life American English. Today we're going to learn to avoid some important mistakes, so let's get started. First, this is not correct.
Got a crane, look at that huge crane for constructions.
A huge crane for constructions? We do not say constructions. We don't put an S on the word construction. It's a non-countable noun. No S. You cannot have one construction and two constructions. So it's a huge crane for construction. This is correct. Let's practice. Is this a huge crane for construction? That's right, this is a huge crane for construction. This is also not correct.
We got an abandoned factory, those like abandoned buildings, abandoned territory. The bus is coming.
Abandoned buildings, okay. But abandoned territory? We don't say this. The word territory is used for countries. Countries have territory. Land, that's territory. But this is an area, an abandoned area, not abandoned territory. Don't use territory in this case. So example, this is an abandoned area. Everybody left and there's nobody there. It's abandoned. This is an abandoned area, not territory. Let's practice. Is this an abandoned area? That's right, this is an abandoned area. This is also not correct.
We got handrail. We got two doors, we got another button to open the doors.
We got handrail? We got handrail? We cannot say this. Handrail is countable. We have to say We got a handrail. Americans say we got a handrail or we've got a handrail. Americans say it both ways. But remember, it's a handrail. It's a countable noun. We need a. This is also not correct.
And we got small screen for announcement to check the next station and to watch commercial.
We got small screen. Again, screen is a countable noun, so we need a. We got a small screen. We cannot say we got small screen. We need a. We got a small screen. Let's hear that clip again.
And we got small screen for announcement to check the next station and to watch commercial.
To watch commercial? We cannot say to watch commercial. Commercial is countable. You can say to watch a commercial, or more in general, to watch commercials. We have to put an S on it because it's a countable noun. We cannot say to watch commercial. To watch commercials. So the idea is we have a small screen, remember a small screen, to watch commercials. Let's practice. Do we have a small screen to watch commercials? That's right, we have a small screen to watch commercials. This is also not correct.
In general, nobody's listening to their teacher, right? Because she's speaking so quiet.
Nobody's listening the teacher? Listening the teacher? We cannot say this. When I use the verb listen in any form, we need to. Listen to, listened to, listening to, listens to. In any form you use the verb listen, we have to say to. I cannot say nobody listens the teacher. We say nobody listens to the teacher. Or if it's right now, I can say nobody is listening to the teacher. Nobody is, contraction, nobody's. Nobody's listening to the teacher. So I cannot say nobody's listening the teacher. I have to say nobody's listening to the teacher. Let's practice. Is anybody listening to the teacher? That's right, nobody's listening to the teacher. They're not a very good class. Let's learn some vocabulary.
She's scrolling. Online marketplace. Doing online shopping.
He's teaching online shopping, but there's a little problem. There are two P's in shopping. I cannot spell it with one P. He's teaching the vocabulary online shopping, but there's only one P and there needs to be two. Online shopping. I don't like online shopping. I like to go to an actual store and see what I'm going to buy. I want to touch it and feel it. So I don't like online shopping. What about you? Do you like online shopping? Let me know in the comments. Let me know if you like online shopping and why. And when you write it in the comments, make sure you spell shopping with 2 P's. This is also not correct.
The first class is finished. Now we're having lunch. I got sandwich. That's really good.
We got sandwich. Sandwich is countable. We have to say We got a sandwich. We hear the pronunciation of T change to a fast D. We gotta. We got a sandwich. You can say that, but people don't talk like that. We say gotta. We link our words. We got a sandwich. Got a, pronunciation gotta. We got a sandwich here. But I cannot say we got sandwich. We got a sandwich. That's correct. This is also not correct.
Turns out I didn't do my homework because I didn't know we have a homework. So right now I will just copy everything.
I didn't know we have a homework. We cannot say a homework. Homework is not countable. I cannot say one homework, 2 homeworks. It's not a countable word. So no and no s. I didn't know we have homework. So the idea, he didn't know that he has homework. Not a homework, just homework. Let's practice. Did he know that he has homework? That's right, he didn't know that he has homework. Now he knows. And keep watching until the end of this video to practice more with these confusing words, like homework, paperwork. They're not countable. This is also not correct.
I got just a piece of paper and my friend's notebook, so let's just copy everything.
I got just a piece of paper and my friend's homework. I cannot say my friend's homework. If you use the possessive my friends, we cannot use the article the. They cannot go together. My friends. So eliminate the. I got just a piece of paper and my friend's homework. This is correct. No the. So the idea, he has just one piece of paper and his friend's homework. Let's practice. What does he have? That's right, he has one piece of paper and his friend's homework. Not his friend's homework, just his friend's homework. This is also not correct.
And we got some kind of charts and numbers and figures.
I cannot say figures. The word is not pronounced figures. It's pronounced figures. We need that y sound. Figures. These are figures. Statistics. Numbers. These are figures. Example, there are a lot of figures to look at. Let's practice. Are there a lot of figures to look at? That's right, there are a lot of figures to look at. This is also not correct.
The second day of spring, and it feels great, I'm not gonna lie, even though it's still kind of dirty outside. Look at this dirty pile of snow.
Dirty. We cannot pronounce the word dirty. It's dirty. We need this sound in your voice, like burger, dirty. It's a hard word to say, so practice saying it. Dirty. The T makes a fast D in the middle. D, dirty, and make that sound, like in burger. Dirty. Example, the dishes are dirty. Let's practice. Are the dishes clean or dirty? That's right, the dishes are dirty. And I don't understand this either.
But even though I feel the birds.
I feel the birds? I don't understand what he's talking about when he says, I feel the birds. Maybe he's trying to say something that I just don't understand. How does he feel the birds? He's not touching them, but he feels the birds. Let me know in the comments. What do you think he means? What do you think he's trying to say when he says, I feel the birds? Let me know in the comments. And thanks for watching, and keep watching for more. Now let's look at this word. Homework. It's the work you have to do for school when you're not in school. Homework. It's not countable. I cannot say a homework, one homework, 2 homeworks. The word is not countable. So we say any homework or some homework. Example, does she have any homework? And you say, yes, she has some homework. Let's practice. Does she have any homework? That's right, she has some homework. And if it's negative, I use any. Does he have any homework? And the answer is no, he doesn't have any homework. Let's practice. Does he have any homework? That's right, he doesn't have any homework. But what if you want to count homework? What if you want to say one? We use a different word. We use this word. We say an assignment, a homework assignment. You can refer to this as an assignment. This is a countable word. Example, she has an important assignment to do. It's one, so I say an. She has an important assignment to do. And this is not formal English, this is just the way we talk. It's conversational. Let's practice. Does she have an important assignment to do? That's right, she has an important assignment to do. Now let's talk about this word, housework. It's basically cleaning. Cleaning your house is known as housework. And it's not countable because it has work at the end. I cannot say a housework, one housework, two houseworks. We don't say that. We say some housework or any housework. Example, they have some housework to do. Let's practice. Do they have any housework to do? That's right, they have some housework to do. Or the negative, they don't have any housework to do. They're relaxing because they don't have any housework to do. Let's practice. Do they have any housework to do? That's right, they don't have any housework to do. But what if I want to count housework? We use a different word, chore. You can have a chore, a big chore. That's referring to housework, cleaning your house. Or any work around the house can be a chore. Chore is countable. You can do one chore, two chores, three chores. Example, it was a big chore. I cannot say it was a big housework. Housework is not countable. So I use the word chore. It was a big chore. They cleaned the garage and it was a big chore. Let's practice. They cleaned the whole garage. Was it a big chore? That's right, it was a big chore. And this word, paperwork. Again, we see work, so we know it's not countable. I cannot say a paperwork or two paperworks. We don't say this. Some paperwork, any paperwork. It's when you have to fill out papers. Remember the phrasal verb, fill out. Use fill out when you talk about paperwork. You fill out forms, you fill out applications. That's paperwork. You fill out paperwork. Or you can say do. You do paperwork. Example, he's doing some paperwork. If I ask the question, is he doing any paperwork today? Yes, he's doing some paperwork today. Let's practice. Is he doing any paperwork today? That's right, he's doing some paperwork today. And the negative, is he doing any paperwork today? No, he's not. He's not doing any paperwork today. Let's practice. Is he doing any paperwork today? That's right, he's not doing any paperwork today. And what if you want to count it? I cannot say one paperwork or two paperworks. So we have to use different words. Not just one word, but different words. You have to name the paper. If it's a form, say a form, an application, a document. Name what it is, if you want to count it. And if you name the document, for example, he's filling out a long form. I cannot say he's doing a long form. No, I have to use the phrasal verb fill out. He's filling out a long form. I can count form, a long form, but I cannot count paperwork. I cannot say he's doing or filling out a long paperwork. Use form. Let's practice. Is he filling out a long form? That's right, he's filling out a long form. And what about this word? Artwork. Again, we see work, so we know it's not countable. I cannot say an artwork or two artworks. It's not countable. Don't say that. Say some artwork or any artwork. Example, is there any artwork on the wall? And the answer is yes, there's some artwork on the wall. Let's practice. Is there any artwork on the wall? That's right, there's some artwork on the wall. Let's practice with the negative. Is there any artwork on the wall? That's right, there's not any artwork on the wall. So that leads us to the question, can you ever count work? Can you ever say a work or two works? Yes, you can, and we do it here. If you want to count artwork, you can say a work of art. It's countable. 2 works of art, a work of art, 3 works of art. Work is countable in this case if you want to count art. But remember, don't say artworks. It's a work of art. Example, this is a very famous work of art. Let's practice. Is this a very famous work of art? That's right, this is a famous work of art. Or maybe a work of fiction. A novel is a work of fiction. That means the story is not real, it's made up. It's a work of fiction. A novel is a work of fiction. Example, this is a very famous work of fiction. Let's practice. Is this a classic work of fiction? That's right, this is a classic work of fiction. So we see the only time we count work is a work of art or a work of fiction. I don't know any other examples. If you do, let me know in the comments below. Let me know any examples of work where you can count it, because these are the only 2 I know. But remember these important words: homework, housework, paperwork, artwork. These are not countable. Don't put an S, don't say a. These are never countable words. And remember the difference between a job and work. He has work to do, not a work to do. Job, you say a. He has a job to do. Thank you for watching, and keep watching for more confusing vocabulary. Hello, welcome to English for Everyone. Today we're going to look at and practice with these 3 phrasal verbs. Let's get started. First we have fill or fill up. The preposition up is optional. You don't have to use it, but it's very common. Example, I need to fill the tank. You can also say, I need to fill up the car, or I need to fill up the tank. Fill up is more common. We use fill and fill up for containers. Example, you can fill the water bottle, or you can fill up the water bottle. Both are correct, but fill up is more common. Let's practice. Does he need to fill up the gas tank? That's right, he needs to fill up the gas tank. Let's practice. Is he filling up the water bottle? That's right, he's filling up the water bottle. Now let's talk about fill out. We use fill out to talk about paperwork. Example, forms, documents, applications. When you put the information on the form, whether you write the information or you use a computer, we say fill out. You fill out the form. Example, he wants to apply for the job, but he needs to fill out the application first. Let's practice. Does he need to fill out the application first? That's right, he needs to fill out the application first. Example, when you go to the doctor's office, you have to fill out a lot of paperwork. Let's practice. Does he have to fill out a lot of paperwork at the doctor's office? That's right, he has to fill out a lot of paperwork at the doctor's office. Now let's talk about fill in. Fill in is about information, but it's not a form, it's not an application, it's just one line, or one space, or one piece of information. Example, you filled out an application, but you forgot to put your address. So you need to fill in your address. One piece of information, one line, one space. Fill in. You need to fill in your address, and oh, you forgot to fill in your date of birth. So fill in your date of birth too. Sometimes when I fill out an application online, it doesn't let me submit the application. It goes back and says, you need to fill in all required fields. Again, you need to fill in all required fields. So don't forget to fill in all the spaces. So make sure you fill in your address. And don't forget to fill in this space with your zip code. You need to fill in your address. Let's practice. Does he need to fill in his address? That's right, he needs to fill in his address. Very good. So remember the difference between fill up, fill out, and fill in. They're all a little different. And thanks for watching. And if you like this video, subscribe to our channel. And if you want to become a member, click the join button. And we'll see you next time.